Okay, peeps, this is for anybody who watched part one. Please watch part one first. If you haven't, you need to go back watch part one or you're going to be a little lost. So I left off at saying I just kind of quit doing everything. My oncologist said it's not cancer, so we're kind of done with it. We can't really do anymore, which, and my GP, she's not, I don't know. She did an exam in December. She took some swabs and she was like, well, she phoned me back. She's like, well, pap smear isn't back yet, but it's not fungal, it's not bacterial. I don't know. You don't really want your doctor to be like, So I was like, listen, you need to refer me to a specialist. What for? I said, what if it's pelvic? What if it's just, I don't care. And then I had that power, and it's the one I thank God for. I never wanted, but I have it. Because as soon as you say, my oncologist says, refer me to a specialist, they do it. So she did it, and it's grateful to God for it. But I never wanted it, but I'm glad I have it. So she referred me, and I got the call January 9th. I guess I was like, oh, great. February 9th, so I had to wait a month. But during January, things started kind of improving a little bit on their own because, I don't know, I just stopped doing everything. I stopped messing with the area. I started to try and get my anxiety in check. Mostly through just watching YouTube videos, keeping my brain activated and occupied. I was doing puzzles, I was trying to keep myself busy. And then by the time I got to see my specialist, I was down to just taking Motrin at night. And I had a bladder pill that I take because I get spasms, because that's part of menopause. Your bladder tends to lose elasticity, so it gets a little angry. Mine's it's in a phase of being a little angry again right now. I might have to take an extra bladder pill. But yeah, and that's all I was doing. I was taking my bladder pill at night and a Motrin, going to sleep, trying to. Then I saw my specialist, and he didn't really do an exam that day. He just kind of confirmed. Oh, I'm sorry, peeps. Here's the deal. I'm always searching for a reason of why I have to go through these things, and what, sometimes it's just to teach me to hang on to God no matter what. Because when things are going good, I mean, any other Christians out there, sometimes you forget to pray. And really, you should pray and in the highs and in the middle of the darkness, excuse me. So sometimes it's just a reminder, but this time I think it was a life-saving, because I mean, I'm on chemo and stuff for the breast cancer, but my cervical cells, I hope I can say that on here, can still cause me issues. So a while back in 2020, I had a whole procedure done, abnormal cells. They did a lead procedure, took them all out, so I was searching for a reason, and when my pap smear came back, it showed abnormal cells again, high grade. Not cancer yet, but if they were left unchecked, they could easily go that way. So nobody would have ever found that if I hadn't started with all my other symptoms. So again, that's just God working in mysterious and ways that we don't understand, but we don't need to know. We just need to trust it. So that's all going to get taken care of in amongst all this other stuff. So yeah, after I quit, I started feeling better, and then he's like, what do you need? He's I said, well, because my oncologist had already talked to me, and I said I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping and some anxiety. Like, well, would you like something for anxiety or something to help you sleep? And I was like, what about both? I mean, I have all the faith in the world, I do, but sometimes God puts people in our path to help us. So I was like, what about both? So I have a sedative that kind of like calms me and helps me sleep at night. Helps my anxiety, and I seem to feel better during the day too. But they recommended maybe I take and go back on my antidepressants because I was on them before. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna prescribe you that. So he gave me a prescription for that. I said, well, you know, I had a bladder pill that was really helping at night too, and I kind of ran out and don't really have any refills. Like, oh, 5 refills, here you go. And I was like, oh my gosh, this man. I'll do another video on him separate from this quick update. He gave me some different moisturizers to try. And I tried one, and it really didn't agree with me. It really burned bad. It was like, and I phoned, they're like, well, it's not supposed to do that. So he's like, well, let me ask you, do you have issues like even when you're not medicating, you're not bothering the area at all? And I said, well, yeah. And he said, well, I think you have vulvodynia. And I had kind of Googled that a little bit because some of my symptoms coincided, you know, worse when I'm sitting and blah, blah, blah. And it's all about touch. There's nothing actually physically wrong. It's a nerve problem. And it's it's like anything kind of pressure or touch, it's responding to in a negative manner. So he prescribed me a drug called gabapentin, which I had been on before with my leg. I think if you watch my previous videos about my leg, you'll hear all about that. And then after like a week on that, everything calmed right down. And it was very mild symptoms, but livable. And I was off no more morphine. Well, I've been off morphine since January, but like no more painkillers, no more. I'd been off for a week, and up until right now, everything was calmer and better. I'm in kind of a flare-up right now, but it could just be the cycle of things being extra dry during hormone cycles. I just started my injection again. Yeah, could be just hormone imbalance at work, and I'll probably level off again. I just have to remind myself not to mess with it, just let it do its thing, and pray. But that's like quick update of what's been going on and why I haven't been posting. And I'm gonna post a lot more. I'm probably gonna just do a whole, if you see a whole series of videos where I'm wearing the same outfit, it's because I have a moment, I'm feeling good, and I'm just gonna keep making them, and then I'll just post as they have a couple days. I'll try and post. But that's it for my quick update, part 1 and part 2. I love you all. Please start watching again. Please keep following me, sharing me, and please, I still want to grow this channel. I do, because I just feel like there's people out there who need to just, you know, sometimes it helps. Okay, talk soon. See you soon.